Aron Ralston, a young man consumed by a passion for the mountains, lived for the thrill of scaling sheer cliffs and conquering treacherous peaks. His spirit craved adventure, his soul yearning for the solitude and majesty of nature's untouched wilderness. Little did he know, a fateful spring day in 2003 would test his courage and resilience in ways he could never have imagined. His destination was Blue John Canyon, a remote and rugged gorge in Utah's Canyonlands National Park. With his backpack laden with gear, Aron descended into the narrow chasm, eager for the challenge. As he navigated the canyon's twists and turns, the walls grew steeper, the passage narrower. But fate had other plans for Aron Ralston that day, a cruel twist of destiny lurking just around the next bend. Deep within the belly of the canyon, Aron's progress was abruptly halted. A chockstone, a massive boulder wedged between the narrow walls, stood in his path. It seemed insurmountable, yet he was determined to find a way around it. He scrambled up a narrow chute, his body pressed against the cool, smooth sandstone. He inched his way upward, trusting his weight to the rock, his eyes searching for a handhold, a foothold, anything to help him overcome this obstacle. And then it happened. The chockstone shifted, a groan of stone on stone, and in a heartbeat, Aron's world was turned upside down. The boulder, dislodged by his movements, had trapped his right hand and arm against the canyon wall. Panic surged through him, his mind struggling to comprehend the sudden shift from challenge to catastrophe. He pushed, he pulled, he twisted, but the boulder wouldn't budge. It held him fast, an unyielding captor in the heart of the canyon. He was trapped, his lifeline to the outside world severed by tons of unforgiving rock. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through the initial shock. The weight of the boulder was immense, a constant agonizing pressure on his arm. He was alone, his cries for help swallowed by the canyon walls. Days turned into nights, and the sun and moon played a cruel game of hide-and-seek through the narrow opening above him. He rationed his meager supply of water, each sip a precious commodity, in the face of his desperate situation. Hunger gnawed at his stomach, but it was the thirst that tormented him, a constant reminder of his body's dwindling resources. To combat the despair that threatened to engulf him, Aron forced himself to focus on survival. He chipped away at the boulder with his multi-tool, a futile attempt to break free from its grip. He used his video camera to document his ordeal, leaving messages for his loved ones, a final testament to his love for them. As his hope dwindled with each passing hour, Aron knew he had to confront a horrifying truth. He could wait for a rescue that might never come, or he could take his fate into his own hands. The choice was clear, but the decision was agonizing, a choice between life and death, between accepting the unacceptable and fighting for a chance to see the sun rise again. On the fifth day, a realization dawned on Aron. He had a chance, slim as it was, to escape the canyon's deadly embrace. But it was a chance that demanded a terrible price, a sacrifice that chilled him to the bone. He had to cut off his own arm. The idea was abhorrent, a macabre solution born of desperation. Yet, as he looked at his lifeless hand, his arm pinned beneath the unyielding weight of the boulder, he knew it was his only option. To live, he had to let go. His multi-tool, a symbol of his self-reliance in the wilderness, became his instrument of salvation. with a deep breath and a prayer on his lips, he began the gruesome task. The pain was excruciating, a searing agony that ripped through his body. But Aron pressed on, fueled by a primal instinct to survive, to break free from the prison that held him captive. He worked feverishly, his vision blurring, his body trembling with exhaustion and pain. The canyon walls seemed to close in, the air thick with the metallic scent of blood. But he couldn't stop, not now, not when freedom was so close, yet still so far away. After an hour of unimaginable pain and effort, the deed was done. Aron's arm, his lifeline to the world of climbing he loved, was gone. Section 6. Freedom's Price. Freed from the boulder's deadly grip, Aron stumbled back, his body a symphony of pain and relief. He had survived, but his ordeal was far from over. He was weak, dehydrated, and in desperate need of medical attention. Yet, he had never felt so alive, so grateful for the gift of each breath, each heartbeat. He fashioned a tourniquet from his first aid kit, stemming the flow of blood from his mangled arm. He knew he had to get out of the canyon, to find help, to cling to life with every ounce of strength he could muster. With a determination born of desperation, Aron began the long and arduous climb out of the canyon. Each step was a victory, a testament to the indomitable spirit that burned within him. Section 7. A Perilous Journey. The sun beat down mercilessly as Aron stumbled through the desolate landscape. His vision swam, his head pounded with each step. He had rappelled down a sheer cliff face, his one good arm screaming in protest. But he pushed on, driven by the thought of seeing his loved ones again. He knew his time was running out. He needed to find help, and soon. But the canyon seemed to stretch on forever, a labyrinth of rock and sky that offered no escape. Just when his hope began to dwindle, a flicker of movement in the distance caught his eye. Hikers! Salvation! He cried out, his voice hoarse but filled with urgency. They had seen him. They were coming. Section 8. Rescue and Recovery. A helicopter appeared on the horizon, its blades a symphony of hope cutting through the silence of the canyon. Aron was airlifted to safety, his ordeal finally over. He had survived 6 days trapped in the canyon, 5 of them with his arm pinned beneath a boulder. His story, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, captivated the world. He had stared death in the face and emerged victorious, his spirit unbroken, his will to live unyielding. The road to recovery was long and arduous, but Aron faced it with the same determination and grit that had seen him through his ordeal in the canyon. He learned to climb again, this time with a prosthetic arm, proving that no obstacle was insurmountable, no dream out of reach. Section 9. An Unbreakable Spirit. Aron Ralston's story is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can flicker, courage can bloom, and the human spirit can overcome unimaginable adversity. His experience, though harrowing, is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of self-reliance, and the enduring strength of the human will. His story continues to inspire people around the world, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. Aron Ralston, the man who stared death in the face and chose life, teaches us that even when all seems lost, There is always a reason to fight, a reason to hope, and a reason to never, ever give up.